One of the most fundamental parts of our business is farming. Specifically today, I want to talk about farming a condominium. I'm going to give you all the keys on how you can dominate farming in a condominium. So sometimes an overlooked portion of our business is the ability to dominate when you're farming in condominiums. In reality, it creates a little bit of a unique situation where you can do certain things in condominiums that'll really have extra value. So that's what I want to do today. I want to share with you exactly what the steps are, what you need to do to prepare for this, what you need to do as you're executing this, and how to have long-term growth farming in a condominium. So the first thing is this: you got to know your product. You've got to be the expert on what's going on in this condominium. You need to know. This is what's kind of easier with condominiums sometimes is typically there's only 3 or 4 floor plans. A lot of times when condominiums are built, especially if they're built higher, you're going to see that the same floor plan 101 is going to be the same as 201. It's going to be, they're built on stacks. So it's not as hard to know exactly what each of these floor plans look like. So you need to know that backwards and forwards. Also, understand what is sold. Do 2 bedrooms sell better than 3 bedrooms? What's the average price per square foot? What is the difference in a 4th floor unit versus a 2nd floor unit versus a 10th floor unit if it's a larger high rise? You see, when you get to a place where you know these condominium like the back of your hand, the second you get an opportunity to talk to one of those owners or a potential buyer for those condominiums, you can answer almost every question they have immediately. The second thing to do is make sure you stay top of mind. I would suggest that you need to talk to the owners or touch them in one way, shape, or form at least twice a month, and sometimes 3 times a month. Let me tell you what some of these can look like. The first one that's easy is sending a mailer, sending postcards, giving them updates on what's going on, the sales, what is happening, just listed, just sold in the condominium. Whatever that is, make sure you're touching them via mail. The second way is make sure you're touching them on the phone. One way to make this a little bit easier is that if you see that there's been a unit, for example, on the 2nd floor that's sold, utilize some of the things that we have like Sly Broadcast, where you can record a voicemail and you can send it to everyone on that floor. Now, you may be wondering, how do I get those phone numbers? Tons of different resources for that. Forewarn is something that's offered for Emerald Coast Association of Realtors members that's also available to be purchased. Also, there is a number of different places that you can get these, like Redx. You can get this from different places like Cole Realty Resource. Once you've gathered the numbers once, you have them in place and you can continue to talk to them. Let me give you an example of what one of these might look like if you're going to record a voicemail and touch these folks once a month with a voicemail. So let's say a 2nd floor unit sold this month. This is something that I would do specifically to 2nd floor people. I would send one voicemail that would simply say, "Hey, just checking in with you. We just had a unit just like yours on the 2nd floor," or another 2nd floor unit a couple doors down from yours that just sold. Wanted to make sure you knew about this because it's kind of moved the market. Listen, the market's doing some things right now that we haven't seen in a while. If you're curious about how this is going to affect your value, don't hesitate to give me a call. Listen, if I can be a resource in any way for all things ABC Condominium, just give me a call. See, that's a touch. That's something where you've added value. You've given them specific things, but you've done it with a voicemail. So if there's 10 people on that floor, you've had the ability to record one voicemail, and literally for about 10 cents a drop on a voicemail, you've touched them at least once a month. Also, we're doing the mailers. Ultimately, build you an email list. One of the things that I did with one of the condos that I worked back when I was in full-time sales is that I would actually go in. I got the entire condo list because I did some things I'm going to tell you about in just a second. And it gave me the ability to actually email once a month, and it would simply say, for instance, ABC Condo June update, ABC Condo August update, whatever it was, so that they could get update on the sales that were out there on a monthly basis. When I built this email list, they were getting almost 80% open rates, which is unheard of because I was giving them valuable information. So make sure you're building the list. Make sure you're touching those people at least a couple, 3 times a month, and you'll begin to be top of mind. Number 3, be visible in the community. Think about this. And if you're in a place where, like a lot of our coastal market, we have owners that live out of town. So when are they all there? They're all there on the weekend when they have the HOA meetings. So whatever that weekend is, see if you can sponsor a lunch. See if you have a past client that owns a place in there that's active on the board that would give you the opportunity to sponsor a happy hour or welcome for that weekend at their home, and you would be the sponsor, whatever that looks like. Also, if you're at a place that is full-time residents, why don't you have it that every Saturday, 1 o'clock, you have an ice cream truck pulls up if they've got a lot of kids in the neighborhood and provides free ice cream for all the kids. Or let's think about this. If they've got the HOA meeting, what if you were to hire a food truck to come in and provide lunch for everyone in the condominium the weekend of and during the meetings on their lunch break during the HOA meetings? You see, when you become top of mind, begin the person that they go to, now all of a sudden you're building relationships. Now you're the person that they think of when they think of those condominiums. Number 4, be the resource for all things, whatever the name of this condo is. One of the things that I did back in the day was I actually did old school marketing where I had a magnet built that was basically resources for that condominium. So think of it this way. Think, what are the things that owners need? They need an insurance agent that's going to help them with contents insurance. They need a handyman. They need a house cleaner possibly. They need a plumber, an electrician, they need babysitters, they need whatever it is, a discount to another friend of yours or client of yours' restaurant, whatever that is. Put those things together, put it on a magnet, then email it, or actually send this to everyone there so that then they can put it on the side of their refrigerator. Every time they need something, you're the resource. At the bottom of this, make sure you obviously brand this so that you show your real estate that you're a real estate professional, but also make sure that you put in bold letters for any resource. If there's anything at all that you need or have questions about to do with this condominium, don't hesitate to give me a call. Love to be your resource. You see, when you become the resource, ultimately when the time comes for them to think about referring someone that's a friend of theirs that wants to buy or sell their condominium, you're top of mind. If you'll do these things, I know because it happened in my business, you can begin to dominate when you're farming condominiums. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.